Episode 8 of Countdown kicks off in Burbank, 2021. A disoriented, drunken Boris cracks a grim joke about how Belarusians are used to suffering, a line that feels like a cracked window into his fractured soul. Around him, people smirk, but there's tension in the air. Everyone knows he's sitting on stolen millions. In this world, that makes him less of a man and more of a marked target. A shady Belarusian lawyer, Piskin, approaches with an offer. Protection, but for price. It's clear, Boris is running out of options. Fast forward to the present. Mark's contact informs him of a devastating explosion at Boris's safe house. Rolf, the ever-watchful operative, retrieves an ID in a charred yet unmistakable photo of Boris. It's their first real lead in days, and it smells like a trap. Mark presents his theory to the task force, and it's uncannily accurate, almost too accurate. For now, always the pragmatist asks the big question: what could have driven Boris to go nuclear on LA? Back in 2021, Boris, still believing he can clean up his mess, asks Piskin to help him hide his money. He claims he doesn't want more trouble. Piskin slyly recommends forming a legitimate front, a company clean on paper, dirty underneath. In the present, the task force turns its sights on Rolf. Meanwhile, Mark's mysterious illness is worsening. Oliveris notices his deteriorating state and urges him to tell the team. Mark cracks a joke to deflect, but he knows she's right. Before he can come clean, Blythe storms off on another solo mission. Blythe's attempt to corner Astapov fails. He tries the emotional angle, mentioning Astapov's dead security guard, but it backfires. Astapov recoils like a frightened dog. Frustrated, Blythe demands higher-ups bring in the Belarusian ambassador. The stakes are escalating fast. 2021 again. Boris buys 10 parking lots, strategic spots where massive Hollywood trucks typically rest. It seems innocent. It's not. Present day. A Gallagher freight truck, camouflaged as a USPS delivery, parks ominously outside the federal building. Shepard gets a terrifying call from a woman named Molly. She hangs up, visibly shaken. No time to dwell, Mark and Blythe spot the suspicious truck and race toward it. Evacuation orders fly. Inside the truck, nothing but surveillance cameras. They realize Boris is watching them. He's not just plotting destruction, he's rehearsing it. Every second they take to respond, every move they make, he's counting. Blythe, furious, lashes out at Mark for ignoring her orders. She accuses him of having a death wish. Mark tries again to confess his condition. She cuts him off. Timing is everything, and his keeps running out. Back to 2021. Ross from the city informs Boris that public vehicles are allowed to park for free in his newly acquired lots. It's a bureaucratic nightmare and a financial loss. Furious, Boris attempts to bribe Ross. It's a trap. He's arrested, beaten in custody, and denied his rights. Meanwhile, Shepard, burdened with her own ticking time bomb, called her mother. Her estranged sister, Molly, the very voice from earlier, is arriving to stay with her. The family tension is as explosive as any bomb Boris could set. Belle visits Shepard, offering support, but there's little time for empathy. He uncovers a game-changing detail. Boris's company, VKN, recently acquired massive farmland. Red flags wave. They rush to investigate, but they're too late. The trucks are already gone. Each is carrying an estimated 45,000 pounds of explosive chemicals. Blythe's voice turns grave. We've run out of time. Later that night, Shepard comes home to find Molly waiting for her. The reunion is acidic. Molly calls her a hypocrite, reminding her of her wild past. But Shepard isn't interested in family therapy, not when LA is one step away from obliteration. Mark, dropped off by Oliveras, tries to recapture a fleeting moment between them. She shoots him down with a quiet reminder of his past affair. There's no bitterness, only resignation. They both know this may be their last night alive. 2021, one final time. Boris, out on bail, meets with Pisgun again. The lawyer reveals the city's true motive. They want to bury Boris behind bars for 30 years. That's when something in Boris snaps. He blames the country, America, for destroying what little he had left. His wife, his brother, his hope. In a cold act of vengeance, he murders Pisgun and disappears into the night. In the final moments of the episode, Astapov's higher-ups finally twist his arm. He reluctantly agrees to hand over critical evidence on Boris. But at the rendezvous point, it's too late. Boris strikes. He kills Astapov, stabs Blythe, and vanishes into the night like a ghost. The episode ends in chaos, Blythe bleeding out, the Belarusian consul general dead, and the task force grasping at the last straws of a rapidly unraveling case.